All right, welcome back to another episode of Any Given Weekend. It is Friday, May 15th, and when this episode comes out, you all have probably listened to all three albums that Drake has dropped because Iceman came out last night. What we thought was Iceman. That man dropped Maid of Honor, Iceman, and I don't even know how you say the other album.
Yeah, I don't know how you say that either. That boy dropped 3 separate albums.
Yeah, he dropped. It was like I was watching 96, 97, 98 Jordan.
Kendrick dropped 1 song in the past 3 years, and this man is putting out 3 albums on one drop date. That shit is beautiful. The albums are beautiful.
It's like he had him in the vault.
Yeah, it's like he's just so good at music that like he has so much that it's like I just got to give you 3 albums.
I called you. I was like, did he just drop 3 albums? And then you were like, did he just drop 3 albums?
Yeah, you texted in the group chat.
We were like, he just dropped 3 albums.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
It was. I unfortunately have not heard. I've heard 2 songs. I've been at work, so I haven't been able to deep dive into the albums like that. But yeah, it was just crazy. Surprise.
I've been listening to that shit all day. Drake's been coming in my ears all day.
I have heard it's like bar after bar after bar after bar.
Yeah, but I'm not really, I like the bar part also, but like I like whenever he sings to me. Like Drake can sing to me anytime he wants. He just has that voice that just.
So like you don't like Drake, you like Aubrey.
I like Drake and Aubrey. I like all of Drake. Drake's my favorite artist, so.
He is?
No, that's my GOAT. That's all I listen to, literally, right now.
I mean, he has bangers for days. So.
That is facts.
Other than that, we are in the second round of the NBA playoffs. The Thunder and Lakers. I know it's been it was the big talk of last week's episode. The Thunder have swept the Los Angeles Lakers 4-0, moving on to the Western Conference Finals for back-to-back years. And Nate, how are you feeling on that? I mean, Game 4. What a game.
Yeah.
They left it all out there.
I mean, Game 4 was a good game. Came down to the wire. Obviously, I think it was Game 2 that brought all the like scrutiny of the refs and the whistle and whatnot.
That was bad.
We didn't end up shooting a podcast for like to get that reaction of like still in the middle of the series. But the entire time I said that the Thunder would have to like have a catastrophic collapse to let the Lakers even win a game on them. That's what I was saying without Luka, because we're just so undermanned. They're so fucking deep. Like Jared McCain's like their 10th man, and the motherfucker just doesn't miss.
Deepest team in the league.
It might be the deepest team in NBA history, because they have like 12 guys that are like legit top 6 to 7 rotation pieces in the NBA. And there's no other team that I've seen that has that.
Crazy thing about Jared McCain is that he, if he doesn't get injured last year, he probably wins Rookie of the Year.
That's true.
Yeah, he was on the track to do that.
They got the potential Rookie of the Year last year for fucking free, basically.
I saw reportings where that originally the 76ers went to talk to the Thunder about Aaron Wiggins, and they left the meeting without Aaron Wiggins and without Jared McCain. It was like, how do you go in wanting Aaron Wiggins, and at the end of the trade talk, you don't get Aaron Wiggins and you lose Jared McCain?
That's called Sam Presti right there.
Is Sam Presti the greatest general manager ever?
I mean, he's definitely up there, Bob. He's definitely top 3. It's hard for me to just give the Thunder their all those like full flowers, because Shea's been in GOAT conversations here recently on the timeline. The Thunder fans are putting him in there already, so it's tough to do that. But he's definitely one of the like top 3 GMs of all time. Like the team, the way that he's building it's insane.
And so would you say, let's just say the Thunder sweep everybody else. They sweep the Western Conference Finals. They sweep the NBA Finals. Are they the greatest team ever? I had this debate the other day.
Yes,
I think
they
so,
would be.
Nobody has ever gone, what is that, 16-0?
Yeah, that'd be 16-0. There's definitely not been another team that has gone 16-0.
16-0, the way that they started
Warriors
the year.
had to have got close, right?
Yeah. Well, they didn't go 16-0. I know that. That's like,
the playoffs?
that would be.
Yeah, when KD moved over and they just ran through everybody.
No, they lost.
I think they at least
They
lost.
lost games.
They at
Nobody
least lost
has.
That's what
gone
I'm saying. They had to
16-0.
have been close though, right?
Probably are the closest.
That's a good Google.
They are the good. They are the closest.
We're not gonna do this fucking Thunder. Not on my show. All right, we're not gonna do
Your
this.
show.
Our show, my show. Okay, I'm a part of the show. We're not gonna do this Thunder.
show, by the
We're not gonna do this Thunder. You know, are they
What
the
is
greatest
that?
team of all time?
Okay, I looked it up. The Warriors in 2016, 2017 went 16-1.
Okay. And what is that? 82, 83, Philadelphia 76?
They have the best win percentage because they went 12-1.
That's
So-
back when. Yeah, that's back when the playoffs were shortened too. Okay. So yeah, the Warriors.
16-1.
I'm just saying, if you go 16-0 in the playoffs, win the NBA championship, and the way that you started the season, as they were
Yeah,
on pace,
they'd probably
for-
be viewed as the
they'd
best.
they'd arguably be the greatest team of all time.
Yeah,
I don't see them sweeping the next round because I really think San Antonio. God, we need that series.
We do.
We need that. That series will feed families. If that game is getting played, I will not be leaving my house. I will be inside watching that game. Whatever I have planned, I'm canceling. Rain check.
Yeah, that's gonna be an all-time series right there, for sure.
And then on the other side, I mean, another sweep. Knicks swept the 76ers 4-0. God, their last game, they beat them 144-114. When do you stop trusting the process?
Hit 18 three-pointers in the first half, a NBA playoff record. Motherfuckers were just drilling threes in the first half. Yeah, you probably stop trusting the process now, I'd assume. I mean, at this point, you get swept.
He has yet to reach the Eastern Conference Finals. And since 2023, he has not played more than 6 games consecutively. And we're talking about Joel Embiid, people, just in case you didn't know.
Yeah, the process.
The process that is processing its way out of the league. Yeah, I don't know who. I don't know. I just pulled a Nate Stutter. God, it's like a virus. It's in the air.
Hey,
Holy.
there's not
Brain's
much
fart.
to say on that game, to be honest.
Who do you have
Thunder
playing?
Lakers was a lot more interesting.
So, all right, yeah, I mean, yeah. Was it?
Yeah, it was. I could have came up here and talked my shit, but now the Any Given Weekend fans, they're not gonna get blessed with that experience.
Okay.
And we're gonna move on.
So yeah, Western Conference Finals, Thunder Spurs. We need that. Who do we have the Knicks playing to go to the finals? We got the Pistons. We got the Cavs. Honestly, I'd rather.
I'm taking the Pistons.
I think the Pistons Knicks would be a great Eastern Conference Finals. I think Thunder versus New York Knicks would be a great NBA Finals as well.
Yeah, good luck getting a ticket to that. It's going to be fucking outrageously
Yeah,
expensive.
because I heard New York fans travel.
Oh, hell yeah, they do. And they're all over the place, kind of like the Lakers.
Dude,
like cockroaches.
You know side talk?
Crawl out from the cracks.
You know side talk that they do? We need to do a little Any Given Weekend
saying.
side talk. If it's OKC versus New York, we need to go down there because they'll be like, yo, fuck OKC, yo, fuck Shea Gillis, yo, suck my dick, you heard? Like, we need to go down there and be like, yo, fuck Jalen Brunson, that little Oompa Loompa, suck my dick, you heard?
we gotta find the New York fans.
Yeah. They're chirping.
Oklahoma fans, they're a little too nice, you know.
I'm like, oh man, I love Cat after all that. But yeah, 2 more rounds until the NBA Finals. It's going to be a fun time. Also, NBA Draft Lottery was this last weekend. And you know who got the 5th pick?
The Clips.
The Los Angeles Clippers, in one of the weirdest trades ever made in NBA. They traded Ivan Zubac for Benedict Mathurin. I forget who else. And then this year's draft pick that Indiana Pacers had it protected 1 through 4 and then 10 through the rest of the lottery. So that means that the pick had to land anywhere from 5 through 9, and it happened to magically land on number 5. So the Los Angeles Clippers get that pick.
Yeah, that was a magical pick. That was. I remember I think we were in the same car whenever we found that out.
Yeah, and I think it's Adam Silver giving back to the Clippers after an absolute fleece job that they had a couple years ago for Paul George, but we're not going to get into that discussion. It's a very sensitive topic for me.
Thanks, Clips.
The first step of grief, they say, is acceptance.
Yeah.
Acceptance.
At the time, anybody in the league would have made that trade. We'll just leave that as well. Looking back on it, yeah, it's a terrible trade, but at the time.
I mean, I do agree with that.
Yeah.
They didn't know Kawhi was about to have butter knees.
Oh, yeah. I can't believe it's not butter. Anything else going on with you guys? Any news that you've...
No, I mean, we watched Sean Strickland beat the shit out of Cosmot, whatever his fucking name is. Great fight.
Great fight. Can we talk about the fight that was before that? It was like an Asian guy and I think he was a Hispanic guy. The dude was just getting absolutely rocked.
Oh my god!
I don't know how he. I don't know how he managed to go. I don't even know how many rounds. But it was like, yo, you got to stop this fight. Like, homie's about to die.
Yeah, I remember the motherfucker was literally about to die in like the second round, like getting the piss beat out of him.
And then he got pissed at the ref that he called it.
Yeah, the ref ends up calling it in like the 5th round, and like whenever it was way less damage being taken than like earlier in the fight.
Yeah.
They should have let it fight, but that guy is a monster.
Joshua Van with a TKO win against Tatsuro Taira.
What a dog, Tatsuro.
He's a dog.
He is a dog, because I was like, at one point, he kind of took over the fight where it was like, I think he like had him in like a grapple, and he was on top, and it was like, there's no way he comes back from this. Like,
yeah, he was like, he was defying gravity down there. It was like you were literally dead 2 rounds ago, and now you're beating the shit out of this guy. Who ended up winning that fight? I think the title.
The Van
Yeah.
Yeah, because they called the fight.
Yeah.
I also heard that UFC is coming to OKC. Did you guys hear that as well?
I did not.
Yeah, I learned that today. I don't know exactly when, but UFC is coming to the Paycom.
The UFC's ass.
I went to a UFC event at the Cox Convention Center.
That was the last time it's been.
When was that?
It had to have been. Oh, that was back when I was in high school.
It was the last.
See,
time
that's when
been.
UFC was. It was still popping.
It's not on ESPN now.
Nate Diaz was on that card, I want to say. It's like there were some OGs on it. I can look it up.
Yeah, the UFC now, it's just like all like wrestling Russians that like have no.
Take them to Dagestan. I fix problem.
Yeah.
Send them to Dagestan for 3 years. I fix problem.
We used to watch Gods play, and now we're just.
Dude, like
But Sean Strickland?
Chuck Iceman Liddell.
Brainless Liddell? No, he was a beast.
July 18, 2026 is when it comes this year. Drew's pulling up some. Hit him with a left. Hit him with a right.
Yeah, it was Nate Diaz was the main event against Melvin Gillard. Those two like OG names. Carlos Condit was on that. Gray Maynard was on it. The main, it was a fight night type card, not like a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nate Diaz. That was before he like blew up into the crazy Nate Diaz that he is now.
This is like before UFC kind of blew up to what it is.
It was starting to.
Yeah.
But not,
It's not to where
what
it was
is.
now. Yeah. We should go to that. That'd be kind of fire.
Depends on the card.
Yeah.
A lot of the cards nowadays,
That's true.
just so bad.
That's true. Also, this is just a little inside things going on. Me and Drew got a scramble this weekend. Sunday. It's two brothers versus our other two friends that are brothers. We're calling it the Brotherly Scramble, playing at Lincoln. We can give you updates.
No word, early one.
Well, that just shows how
Stupid ass.
prepared I am. Yeah, it's early wine.
Which a dumbass.
But yeah, we're gonna take the dub. We'll let y'all know how that goes. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Other than that, brick by brick, chop wood, carry water, day by day.
Brick by brick, baby.
Is it time for Guess the Hooper with Cooper?
Yeah.
Got some good ones. I got some good ones. All right.
Let's jump into that.
Time for everybody's favorite segment. Guess the Hooper with Cooper. All right, this is for my Thunder fans out there. See if you know ball. This player played at Georgetown, drafted by the Boston Celtics in 2007, was on the very first Thunder team, averaging 15-plus points, holds the record for most teammates in his career.
I know it.
266.
I know it too, yeah.
Say it on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Jeff Green.
That is correct. Jeff Green. I thought I was going to say one that he was a part of the Ray Allen trade, and I feel like that would have gave it away, but I guess that was pretty easy.
I think it was the most teammates gave it away for me. Isn't Jeff Green just known as like the slut of the NBA? Like been everywhere?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, but not
saying?
because he was bad, though. He just got passed around like a dirty cum rag.
He was good, He was getting passed around in a good way.
Yeah, and he was one of the first best players that ever was here.
Yeah.
It was like the original big three. It was KD, Russ, Jeff Green.
Imagine.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, it was even before Russ. It was like Jeff Green.
Jeff Green, KD, and Earl Watson.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? Coop, when was Jeff Green drafted?
2007.
What pick?
7th.
He was 5th.
Ooh, yeah, I was going to say,
He was
let me
5th
guess that.
overall.
5th.
Who is he drafted to? Celtics?
Yeah. And he got traded.
Damn, top 5 pick?
For Ray Allen, and then Ray Allen.
And I think he
It was a
went
good
back
trade.
to the. I think he went back to the Celtics
after
too at
the
one
Thunder.
point.
After the Thunder.
He went Thunder, Celtics, Grizzlies, Clippers, Magic, Cavaliers, Wizards, Jazz, Rockets, Nets, Nuggets, Rockets.
Jesus Christ,
That
that
was
boy's
the-
been ran through.
That boy's been passed around like a blunt.
That Green.
He's a beast, though.
Yeah, that's facts. All right, other one. We got Jeff Green. This player, born in 1977, started his NBA career in 2012, 2013, and is the oldest rookie in NBA history at the age of 35 years old.
Holy shit.
Played 4
35-year-old rookie?
seasons in the league. And then began coaching in 2017. He is currently the assistant coach for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Oh,
Started his career in 2012, 2013 for the New York Knicks.
it's not Chris Finch.
Played 4 seasons with the Knicks, then the Clippers and Rockets, and then got into coaching.
He was that fill-in coach last year.
35-year-old rookie. That's crazy.
That is crazy. That's damn near a fucking alcoholic.
He was playing
a
overseas
rookie.
before that. Yeah.
What is his name, dude? It was the fill-in coach when that coach got hurt.
It's like Italian kind of name. Argentina Italian.
He's like kind of short and fat too. Not like mean, but you know it.
Is it Pablo Prigioni?
Yeah. Oh my God. Pablo Frigioni.
What a pull. I know ball, bub. I know ball.
ball.
Especially if we're talking eras where I was into basketball because I was into it then with the Heat.
Yeah, 2012,
Yeah,
2013.
no ball.
Pablo Prigioni.
35-year-old rookie.
What a
I was
pull.
leaning towards that when you said the Italian name. That Pablo was cold in 2K back
He
then.
was. He had them. He was throwing dimes.
Hold on. So was he the fill-in coach that I was talking about?
I think so, probably. Pablo Prigioni.
Prigioni.
Just what an absolute New York Knick.
Oh no. He was not the fill-in coach, but I've definitely seen this face before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Drew got it right. Okay. Fellas are on a hot streak right now.
You got any other ones?
I don't. Next week I'll have 4. How about that for the Western Conference Finals? I'll have 2. I'll have 1 from each team that a person has played for on those teams that make it.
I'm almost confident that you could just list players, what year they were drafted, what college they went to, and I'd probably hit like 95% of them.
Too.
Maybe even more.
I can do that. You ever just like, you ever just like hanging out with the fellows just in a room and somebody yells out like, where'd Allen Iverson go to college? And then you just name it, and then you just start naming like player after player after player.
That's
the greatest thing.
That is the Cooper question, though. If we're watching a game with like some buddies and there's like a random player on there,
where'd he go to college?
Coop's definitely pulling out the ball. Where'd he go to college?
Dude, I just love college basketball, so I know a lot about.
Ball, Bob.
Basketball. Yeah, let's guess the Hooper with Cooper. Very good, very good,
very good.
Is it time for another segment? The weekend S tiers. This is where. Do you want to break it down? Because it's kind of like.
Yeah, I was the one that kind of
came up with
it. It's basically just doing a SAB tier of certain topics. So I think this week we're going with summer sights and smells.
Yeah, just like.
So it's just your S tier, your A tier, your B tier of like summer moments, the summer aesthetic,
the
summer aura,
the vibe.
Yeah, the vibe. Do you have
are
yours?
We starting
you
from the
start?
bottom, or are we starting from the top?
No, you start from B-A-S.
B-A-S. Okay. B.
Shit, I gotta think about mine.
B. I'm gonna put because I'm gonna put a sunburn. B. Because that's how you know it's
sunburn.
peak summer. Yeah, that sunburn eventually fades and turns into a nice little crisp tan, looking like the girl from SpongeBob off that Karate Island, just hella tan. But nice little sunburn, because that's how you know you've been out in the sun, you've been outside.
A little temporary pain for
temporary pain for.
What's the opposite of temporary?
Permanent.
Yeah.
For a permanent.
I don't know, dude.
Permanent,
We're saying big words over here.
Lasting effect. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So that's my B. Is Drew in this as well?
He can be, but
Drew,
you
do
go
you have
ahead
a
and
B?
say your S.
So is the B tier supposed to be something that's not good, but not
Just like ranking it as like
just your third rank.
Third. It's like your top 3, but third. So I did sunburn.
I think I got a good one for 3.
I'm gonna piggyback off that of like where it's not ideal, not like I'm gonna say a warm beer, like a warm beer that was cold like 10 minutes ago, but it's not anymore.
Yeah,
and it's still gonna get you drunk.
Yeah.
It's still gonna do the job. It's just not going to. You're gonna have to like talk it into doing the job.
Yeah.
And necessarily, you're gonna have to power yourself through it.
Yeah.
That's a great B tier. For my B tier, if we're doing it like this, I'll throw you get in the car and back of the elbow touches that warm because
seatbelt.
Yeah, it's not a nice feeling by any means, but whenever that happens, you're like you just like you take a moment and you're grateful for summertime. You're grateful for warmth. You're grateful for the beautiful sun.
Yeah, I use it as a personal attack. Like every time I get hit with it, I'll like speak to the the seat belt, and I'll be like, "Ooh, you motherfucker, you got me this time. All right, I'm gonna remember that. That's a good one. A tier. I'm gonna go. The smell of like a grill.
Smell of a grill? I like
Or
that.
like campfire. Yeah, just the smell of like some fire. Because then you're
like that.
damn, somebody's throwing down right now. I'm about to eat these hamburgers, brats, hot dogs, steaks, whatever, and then go, jump in the pool or some shit.
Yeah, I like that. Fuck, for my B, I have my S, but I'm struggling with a B.
Fresh cut grass.
Fresh cut grass, that's a good one.
You said B tier already.
A. This is your A.
Yeah, A tier. I'm struggling with an A tier here. You know what? I'll go with the grass.
Fresh cut grass.
With the grass answer. That smell, just that
Gasoline too, almost.
that aroma. Is that a word? Aroma? Is that a word?
That is a word.
Yeah, I fucking know ball. The smell of that aroma is just impeccable. God.
That is impeccable.
That
Wow.
vocab is crazy.
That's good. Drew, you got your A tier.
I'm gonna say fireworks. The smell of fireworks. The smell of like fresh homemade fireworks that might explode. Oh, I take that back. Fireworks that you buy at a stand in the out in the country in the boonies,
Okay.
shooting off your own fireworks.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fresh
homemade-
homemade. I was like,
Threw me off for a
Yeah,
second.
it's more like a homemade fireworks, basically a bomb. It's a
yeah.
homemade bomb in theory.
yeah. I don't think a bomb's during summer. Okay. My S tier, legendary pull right here. The crickets. When the sun starts to set a little bit, you start hearing the crickets chirping and chirping. You walk outside, it's a nice little 70, 80 degrees.
You mean cicadas?
Whatever they are.
Cicadas.
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 Yeah.
What is that? Cicadas.
They're the insects that make that yeah, that what he said. That high pitch
The cricket noise?
it's not crickets.
It's
you can hear
cicadas.
crickets outside still, but cicadas are the ones the sun's going down that
They're like,
Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude.
Okay.
those are cicadas.
I know what you're talking. Oh my God, it just clicked. I know exactly what you're talking about.
That is a beautiful.
Sun setting. Oh,
That is a beautiful sound. Cicadas are sick.
yeah, that's a really good pull right there, Bob.
That's my S tier.
That's
It's
good
just,
S tier.
Nostalgic of going home from the friend's house down the street, riding your bike. Mom says to be home at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Going home, just hearing that, you're like, oh, dude, I get to repeat this day now.
You're walking through some grass, those little bugs are jumping up at you and whatnot.
Yeah.
No, that's a good S tier. For my S tier, I'm going to go early summer mornings. You get up at 7, 8 o'clock, it's warm outside, and you stop at the gas station to get you something. It's just everybody's on the same team. We're all up, we're all grinding, we're all, about that bag. The weather's beautiful, and it's just you guys are all on the same team. You're not waking up to fucking frostbite. You're waking up to beautiful weather. It's not too hot yet, and there's just a vibe in the summer mornings that is just there's nothing that comes close to me. So I'll put that there.
Got you. Drew?
I'm gonna say the smell of a grill. That's my S tier. There's nothing better than just a fresh dog off the grill.
Fresh glizzy.
Little
Fresh glizzy?
ketchup, mustard, relish, onion.
Any bev? That warm beer.
That warm beer
warm
that I
beer.
pulled out of the cooler about 10 minutes ago that's hot now.
And in the background, you got fireworks, homemade fireworks going off, and you got the sound of cicadas going around.
That's Oklahoma to a T.
Oklahoma.
Warm beer, hot dogs, homemade fireworks.
Yeah.
With some cicadas in the background.
cicadas going around in the back. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a beautiful any given weekend.
With
here, right?
also the sound of a lawnmower fading in the distance.
Yeah. Some dad out there just grinding, getting the yard right.
Yeah. That's all of our S tiers, correct? Mm-hmm. That's a very good one. I like that. Leave some comments below to give us some topics for some S tiers.
Facts. Do that.
Because I don't know what next week's going to be, but yeah. So yeah, those are just little segments that we're going to continue to do throughout future episodes. So that's pretty much it for this week. Western Conference Finals, we got a lot coming up. We need this Spurs and Thunder Western Conference Finals. It's going to be exciting. We got some exciting interviews planned as well for everybody. So You got anything else, Nate?
Are we gonna say the interview that we're doing today?
Okay, yeah, we can say. So we have coming on today. We got Bussin with the Boys. I don't know if you guys have checked them out. They were big time podcasts with They were with Barstool. Now they're off doing their own thing. What?
You were kind of like sneak dissing them there.
I was just saying they were with Barstool.
Like, I don't know if you guys know them. They were popping at one point.
Okay.
No,
it wasn't meaning like that.
You give them a credit.
He's just a graphic designer for Bussin' with the Boys. Kind of gotten in contact with them the last few years. And we got him onto the pod, so we're going to chop it up, talk about his experience working with the boys, his background, his life, all of it. So hope you guys enjoy and like, subscribe, share, follow. All the social media platforms are in the description below. And hope you guys enjoyed this interview with Cooper Comstock with Bussin' with the Boys. Are we good, Drew? We good? We good? All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We have a fun interview here today. We got the man, the myth, the legend, Bussin' with the Boys, graphic design artist. Everything you see is him. We got that boy Cooper Comstock in the building.
The boy. Hey, thank you guys for having me on.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you coming on. What's Nashville been like?
Dude, Nashville is sick. I don't know. Have either one of y'all been to Nashville before?
I've never been
not.
to Nashville.
I want to.
It's fun, man. I've never been here before I moved here, and all of a sudden now I've been here 2.5 years. There's a lot to do, and for someone who's a homebody, it's probably a good thing, so I can get out of the house a little bit and find some stuff. But Nashville's great. I love Nashville. I love that I live here now. A great city.
That's sick. Yeah, and for people that don't know, grew up in Texas.
Yes, sir.
Are you from was it Dallas or what part
Yeah,
of
Dallas
Texas?
area.
Okay,
Oh,
Dallas
y'all
area.
probably never heard of Keller. It's basically Fort Worth.
I've heard of Keller, Texas, yeah.
Keller, Texas, yeah. Fort Worth area. I tell people Fort Worth. That's everybody knows Fort Worth. So
Yeah, got you. Okay, so then after that, you went to Oklahoma State University. What was the decision to get you to OSU?
honestly, it wasn't a whole lot of convincing from anybody at Oklahoma State or really anything. So my cousin, who's a few years older than me, he was there. We're real good, real close with their family. So, like I've been up there a couple of times. And then my brother, who is 1 year older than me, decided to go. We kind of visited at the same time. His junior year of high school, my sophomore year, I just kind of tagged along on his visit, and I just love Stillwater. And I really didn't look at like a lot of other colleges. I like kind of took a little visit to Arkansas. Had a lot of friends going there too. Pretty close to home as well. But I just love Stillwater, and like I said, I'm kind of a homebody, kind of shy guy, at least more in the past. Oklahoma State, perfect size for me. I didn't need to go anywhere like massive. But yeah, I love Oklahoma State, and I'm so glad I went there.
I'm not gonna lie, I cannot say the same. I've gone to OSU. I've been to Stillwater like 2 times, and I've had like some of the worst experiences.
Hey, it's not for everybody. So like me and my brother went there. My sister, she's 2 years younger than me. She tried it out, stick to the family plan, and she did not like it. So she transferred a few years in. It's not for everybody, but no, that's funny. I love Stillwater. So for me, I'll stand on the table for it.
Yeah, and it's just funny that you're like the Oklahoma roots and everything like that. And aren't you a big Michigan fan as well?
I love Michigan. I grew up a big fan. My dad is from Farmington Hills up there, kind of near Detroit. so kind of got indoctrinated when, when I was little. So like my first love for football was, like Michigan football and Michigan
Yeah.
basketball. Because back when I still feel like I'm growing up, but back when I was growing up, it was Michigan basketball, Trey Burke. They were the ones who made me
Yeah.
happy. I'm
Yeah.
sure y'all know all about that.
Oh,
But
hell yeah.
Yeah. That team was
but
really
yeah, grew up a
good.
huge fan, and they give me a hard time at work because like everybody hates Michigan besides Taylor, and I went to Oklahoma State, so I kind of have to. Oklahoma State's my main team now. Not even now, like I went there, I got a degree from there. I enjoyed my 4 years there, but
Yeah.
I mean, like I still root for Michigan. I watch all the games. I got love for Michigan.
Were you rooting for this team? The Natty?
Oh
year this year?
yeah,
You rooting
yeah,
on?
100%. Yeah, I watched every game.
That's respect.
Yeah, I still watch them, and my dad and my brother are huge fans, like huge fans. So they already have all the merch as well. I'm pretty sure they both have that same pennant. But yeah, I mean, I'm still a Michigan fan. People can cry about it, but
Yeah.
fact.
yeah, I like Michigan.
And weren't they? I want to say something like, weren't they like giving y'all shit, like you and Sherm shit for having like quote unquote like 4 different teams or something like that?
You're calling them fair weather fans,
Fair
I'm
weather
pretty sure.
fans,
Yeah, everybody gets a little shit for their fandom, but it's all in good fun. And yeah, I think at first like I get real defensive. I'm like, no, I like Michigan my whole life. I'm a Michigan fan, but now it's just funny. So it's
run
never
with it.
personal. Yeah, just run with it.
Yeah. So at OSU, because you do graphic design, was that something like going into college that you, like had on your mind, or was it like you kind of found it while going to school there?
Kind of neither. Like it wasn't on my mind in college, and I didn't find it in college. So I'll like try not to make it long-winded. In high school, early high school, freshman year, broke my leg playing football. Injury, it happens. In my like time at home, I got into like graphic design on my iPhone because that's back when all those accounts were big. People would have like their little edit accounts, and I made one after I broke my leg. I needed something to do. I was bored. And and not even to plug this because this thing's long dead. I had an account called like heated.graphics on Instagram. And if you go look it up, you can see my Michigan fandom shows in there. I post every sport, but it's like just Michigan every other post. But I was making graphics on my phone for fun, and I really got into it. And then, kind of towards the end of high school and then into college, I went to college with business degree in mind. I got my business marketing degree from Oklahoma State. No regrets there, even though I'm not really doing business marketing. But no, college, like my plan was, get my business degree. Out of college, I went to work for my dad, which is great. Nothing better than working with people you've known like forever.
Facts.
But yeah, 7 months in, I was just like, man, I don't really want to do this. So, I kind of had that passion for graphic design, like still in me. So I quit and decided to kind of reteach and relearn and dive into like the Photoshop, the big time graphic design. So that's kind of how that started. It was definitely a post college thing when I started taking it seriously.
Yeah, because like my job right now, I do some graphic design, and I feel like it was all self-taught almost.
Yeah.
Like you like just making memes or different stuff on your phone, and then getting onto a laptop and getting an app and just starting playing around with stuff. You have a question?
Mine, I'll kind of switch it up here, a little more fun. What are your thoughts on AI? The way, because these chat GPT images, they're getting fucking crazy,
I know.
dude. They're getting ridiculous. What are your thoughts on AI and the way that it's like kind of affecting graphic designing?
Especially for like
I have,
brands.
yeah, I have like a lot of mixed feelings on it because, AI is coming for us all. So, it is what it is. It's a good tool. Like, all the graphics that I see like that are completely AI made, I'm like, my graphics are still better than that. I'm biased, but I'm like, all right, still a little more creative. But no, I mean, it's gonna happen. So I'm not like really worried about it.
You don't really view it as like a threat. You're just kind of like accepting it.
Like, do y'all use it at all?
No, I mean we use it for like various things. Everybody like you can find a use for it. It's more of a tool than something that's like ruining our lives. So I think like the brands and people who figure out a way to use it creatively will be the most successful. And honestly, I think Bustin's done a good job of it. I don't really use it a ton like in my graphics, but
Yeah.
like it can help. I don't need it to make a graphic. I can have it help a graphic. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I
I think
saw
it'll just get better and more useful. I'm not worried about it yet. It's always my
yeah.
job. But
And I saw you posted like it was like you kind of like broke down how you do your edits of like you would have like a photo of like a player on the field and you just kind of cut out that background, and it was cool to like see the edit versus the actual photo itself.
yeah, the before and after.
Yeah.
What's your most like proud or like favorite like that one, like you cooked on that one, like graphic or like thumbnail that you've made? What's like that one that like just rings home for you?
Uh, specific one like single graphic. I do have one, but my favorite like project, so to speak. Uh, this last like draft like a few weeks ago, I had these like jerseys made and they look like they're in a glass neon case, and I was just grinding for the first, second, third round of the draft, like getting those done. So like I'm proud of that. That's probably my most proud project. But I don't know if y'all can see like right there, it's kind of at a weird angle. That Travis Hunter graphic.
Oh, I can see that.
There's like a little Heisman graphic. That's my favorite graphic I've ever made. I spent so much time trying to make him look like the trophy.
Yeah.
So
How much time did
that's
you
my
spend
favorite
on
one. That's
that?
why. Oh, I don't know. Probably a few hours each for like 3 straight days. My problem is I'll tweak and tweak and tweak and tweak, and it's like how many hours did you spend on it? Like probably too many. So,
Yeah.
but that's my favorite one that I've made for
Oh, yeah.
sure.
And so when you were talking about like the draft graphics, you're having to make those because that's real time. Like you're having to make
Yeah,
those within like minutes.
yeah,
And
and
then
I
post them.
there's yeah. So there's like it's funny because I have a lot of creative freedom for like stuff like the draft, and so like I put a lot on my own plate for that because I wanted to make something that looks cool, and
Mhm.
it's kind of like like kind of complicated. It just happened to be. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's funny because you look at like mock drafts, the first like 10 teams that were taking a pick, I pre-made like 5 or 6 for each of them, like who they might take. And then Carnell Tate threw it all off. I made like 5 Titans graphics and Carnell Tate was not one of them. So that threw me off. The first round, like there were some that I didn't have to make. I was like, all right, I already have this one made. But yeah, making them on the fly. I try to make it as easy as possible for myself, like with all the
Yeah,
work before. But
that
yeah,
makes
that is
sense.
pretty rapid fire. And then this year, the draft had like a shorter timer. It made
Did
things even
it?
harder.
Had a
I
shorter
think it.
timer?
I think each pick was a shorter timer
Damn.
What did
by
y'all
like a
do for the
minute or
draft
two.
this year? Did y'all do like a live stream?
No, we had some guys go to Pittsburgh and we like did a vlog and some like
Oh, okay.
content there on social media. And then, I was back here just doing the graphics, and then, other members of our social team were locked in on posting. So
Yeah.
we're a well-oiled machine.
So you legit do all the graphic for the boys for Bussin.
Yeah, maybe like 95%. Every once in a while, like people, we got a lot of creative guys, so they make
Yeah.
some funny memes or like a graphic that'll go on a clip. Sometimes someone else will take a thumbnail, but yeah, I do bulk of the graphic work for sure.
Mhm.
And
So
how did you get to Bussin' with the Boy? What was the story of them finding you and you
or did
applying
you
there?
apply?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did apply, and it was different than other applications. So, like, to go back, so my first day at Bussin was actually, I want to say it was January 7th or 8th. It was the day that Michigan played Washington in the national championship. It was that Monday. That was my first day.
What a
And
day.
before, I know, right? And I went to Taylor's house, and my brother and my dad went to the game. They're like, "Do you care if we go with that?" I'm like, no, I can't like miss the first day of work. Um, but that was a crazy day. But before that, the 2023 season, I had got an opportunity in Atlanta for the Peach Bowl, the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. So I was doing a graphic design internship there, and that was all season. So like little, like maybe 5 months I was there. And, towards the end of it, they have a system, like they have an intern program. So they're, not hiring within, they're getting interns in and out. They're finding them jobs. So like towards the end of it, I'm applying for jobs. I'm looking for jobs on all the job sites and all the connections that the Peach Bowl people have, all of that. And then, my brother, sends me a tweet from Taylor Lewan with the, hey, we're adding a graphic designer to the team. Here's all the information. Click this link, like apply. So it was just like a tweet from Taylor. I still have it bookmarked, I think. Yeah, my brother sent me that. He's like, you should apply to this. And I was like, all right, yeah. Because I knew Bussin through Taylor and Will on social media.
Yeah.
Like obviously I had like awareness of it. So I was like, yeah, that would be sick. Nashville, Tennessee. So I applied through like that tweet. I remember it very clearly. My brother sent it to me. He's like, "Hey, take a shot at this." So that's how I found Bussin, and then I guess they liked my stuff and therefore found me.
And the rest is history.
And the rest is history. 2.5 years later.
And that's actually funny because
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure told you about that tweet whenever it happened, because I was like, they're looking for a graphic designer and whatnot.
So yeah, I've never told you this, but he sent me the tweet as well, and this is when I started working, started my graphic design job, and this was back when I was like full graphic design, and he sent me that tweet and was like, "Yo, you should apply for this, yada yada," and then it so happened that they hired a Cooper
From Oklahoma.
at
From Oklahoma,
State. Yeah, and I was just like, "That's fucking nuts."
That is funny. Y'all got to remind me.
Huh?
No, we're all good here. Y'all got to remind me what part of Oklahoma you're in.
So just OKC, Oklahoma City. Yeah.
Oklahoma City, cool. Got some friends in Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
Love that.
Let's see. Yeah.
Most of the brand.
Yeah. So you've been working for Bussin for 2-3 years now?
Yeah, 2.5. Kind of gone by really fast. I still feel like I'm new.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not. I've been here.
And it's like, it's crazy seeing what it's turned into now, like how large y'all have gotten. Like back when you joined, it was Will, Taylor, Jack,
Just a few guys.
Mitch, just a few guys. Now y'all have like what, 15 plus guys?
Yeah,
on the roster?
Yeah, it's growing for sure. That's funny too, because I feel like dudes like Sherm, Jared have been there forever, and I got there before them. There was like a 6-month period where I was new guy the whole time, and it was all the like OGs who had been there, and then we just started adding. And last year we had the interns, and most of them got hired, and now it feels like those guys have been here forever. It's been a little less than a year, but yeah, we've grown a ton, and a lot of that is like after it really picked up for me and for everybody. But like the switch is definitely when we left Barstool for FanDuel. Just opened like a lot of opportunity like everywhere. So it's been fun since then for sure.
What was that switch like, switching over from Barstool to FanDuel? Because obviously I'm assuming there's a lot more resources, a lot more opportunities. But was there anything like from the day-to-day that changed or anything like that?
Yeah, it's so funny because like for me, no. Like for me, the nature of my job, nothing really changed for me. I never really interacted with anybody at Barstool. Like I really just didn't. That just wasn't in my job description. Nothing I had to do like really for that. So the switch for me was, I feel like I've been doing the same thing. And things have changed like along the way just naturally. But for me, it was like the smoothest transition ever. I'm sure if you ask like anybody else, they'd be like, oh yeah, like it was for a few weeks, for a few months. So like it was a lot different here, there. Yeah. But no, I mean, the biggest thing I lost was access to like the Barstool Getty account where I got all my images from. So that's the only real change I really had.
And what was that? They would just have like a ton of just.
Yeah, it's just like the same as like any big company would have like a subscription to like high quality photos. It was just something like that. Like everybody has one. Yeah. We have something different now. So, but that was like, what am I going to do? And that was like the smallest thing ever.
Yeah. What's the best either college game day experience? Because I know that Bussin go on a lot of
Travel.
Behind the scenes, going to different places. To you, in your opinion, what's the best college game day football experience that you've experienced?
That I've experienced at Bussin.
Yeah.
It's funny. So I've been to 2 college towns with Bussin so far. I don't travel a lot. We don't really need. I say we don't really need. I mean, I'm sure they would love to have me. I don't mind not traveling. I don't travel a lot. So most of the trips I'm back here, but we did go. I went to Lincoln very early for a spring tour. No football game, obviously, but Lincoln was really fun. My first time there.
Gave his GBR speech.
Maybe one of them. We go to Lincoln all the time, so I don't know. I think maybe so. That was early in the morning. I don't think everybody was up for that. I think Will might have gone early for that. We had a long night the night before. But favorite game, Tennessee. We went to Tennessee. It was all hands on deck. Everybody went. It was Alabama at Tennessee in 2024. It was at Tennessee. Top 10 matchup. Both teams good. Tennessee won. It was a good game too, and we rushed the field.
That
was super cool.
That's the night. Yeah, that's when they threw the.
It was 3:30. Yeah, it was nighttime by the time we were on the field. It was fun.
And they threw the goalpost in the.
That was
river.
that. Wait, was that game? What? No.
I think so. 2022 they did that. That was the first time Tennessee beat them, and then 2024 I was there. We rushed the field for that one. I don't remember the goalpost, but it was wild. And I've rushed the field a couple times at Oklahoma State. Luckily, they were a little good when I was there. My senior day was when we beat OU. Caleb Williams, Lincoln Riley left shortly after that. So that was a fun senior day, rushing the field. But the Tennessee one was wild. Really cool. They were playing Rocky Top and everyone was singing it. Everyone's on the field. Some people were going to tear up some of the grass or turf, or I think it was grass, to get a souvenir. It was crazy. It was wild. But that was a fun game experience for sure.
Yeah, Tennessee seems like they have the entire game day experience just down to a T.
Yeah, the tailgating was sick. The atmosphere was sick.
That stadium is just it's a bowl basically.
It's loud and it was shaking. Yeah. It was really, really cool.
What's the biggest either mess up or chew out, kind of like a coach's chew out that you've gotten from Will or Taylor thus far?
Have you gotten one? Yeah, have they?
Yeah. I don't know. Can I go embarrassing moment? Because it wasn't really much of a chew out. Those are done in private if ever. I don't really think I've had a moment where I've gotten chewed out too bad. I try to be on top of all my stuff, guys. But I did have one where, I don't know why, no excuses. My alarm just did not wake me up. And it was the day we were recording the locker room. So Delaney was there. I think this was before Clay or Josh Pate. This was a few years back.
Back when the Dawg.
So it was I think so. I think same season. But I get there, lot's full. You never want to get there when the lot's full. And I walk in and it's just they're all hanging out. Nobody's even settled. They're all hanging out in the main area. And I walk in kind of in a rush, hair wet. And Delaney Walker goes, "Sleep late, B?" And everybody just starts cracking up. I'm like, oh man, what am I doing? And I was still new. I was half a year in, maybe a little more, but I was still new and I was so embarrassed. And I honestly don't think I've been late since. I don't think I've been late since. I think I've been pretty on time.
Out of those three, who's the most likely to choose someone out? Taylor, Will, or Delaney?
Definitely not Delaney. Delaney's the boy. Delaney's He's the guy. Yeah. And probably Will. I don't know. Probably Will. I don't know. You don't see it a lot. We got everyone. No, I don't think so. I don't know. I would say maybe. Yeah, Will's leader. So Taylor is too, but Will will. but I don't think not many people have gotten chewed out. I mean, we're all pretty much on top of our stuff. So I haven't seen anything crazy. I'll tell you that. Like, I haven't seen anything where I'm like, oh my God. And I think it's mostly like playful call outs.
Keeping people
Sometimes
accountable.
serious. Yeah. I mean, there's definitely accountability, but no one's gotten that I've seen completely reamed on.
Yeah. What would you say the favorite thing working for Bussin is? Like, what is so fun? Just makes it fun going to work every day.
Honestly, for my job specifically, I just love the freedom I have. Like, there's stuff that is that I have to nail down the not fun stuff. Some of the thumbnails that like everybody has that at work. You just gotta like kind of get through it. But for me, like the creative freedom, that I can start a project or a graphic and have an idea and just like kind of run with it. Never have to like report it to anybody and be like, what do I have to change? What's bad about this? So like they trust me to do that. So it's fun. Like like the draft graphics and like those graphics up on my wall, kind of just get to have creative freedom that I don't think I would have at a lot of other graphic design jobs.
Yeah.
A lot of guidelines everywhere else, and like we have our like standards, but I can make something like that and then be like, that's sick, man, let's post it, instead of like, oh, here's 5 things that it's wrong. Like stuff that happened at the Peach Bowl or any other design job where it's more structured, like corporate wise, instead of like the kind of vibe we have. I love that. And then also on top of that, I get to dress like this to work. It's very much about that. Yeah. No business casual, no doing up my hair, no suit. Can just kind of wear what I want. So that's a big bonus.
And just like I bet like having it like a locker room vibe, like just the guy.
Oh, the camaraderie there.
Yeah.
I mean, Will and Taylor. They're just the boys. They're for the boys.
Yeah, they're great. They're great to work. It's so fun to work for them. And then like all the guys we have are great too. And everyone's funny. Everyone's like it's a good vibe. The weeks kind of go by fast because it's fun.
Yeah. I have 2 questions left for me. Very important questions. The first one is, were you at the Donald Trump podcast? Were you there in person?
I was not on the travel team for that one, no.
Who
Jared wasn't he?
Was Jared there?
Yeah, Jared drove up and met him.
He drove up.
But because that was Jared very early. Like I think they had already had that like all scheduled out, and Jared was like hired pretty
fairly new
recently. Like he was fairly new. And I think he was like an extra set of hands. He has more experience with like the actual podcasting, so they just had an extra set of hands. A few of us stayed back, but yeah, I was not there for that one. I actually think I went out of town for something that weekend, so I was out of commission anyway.
Oh, that's that. I was gonna ask what the entire meeting of going through Secret Service and whatnot with Trump, the backlash and whatnot.
Well, yeah, the Trump one, that's a different animal because it's Trump. But we had Robert RFK Jr. He was on there too, and he came to Nashville, and that was pretty cool too. Because Secret Service, he was assigned Secret Service for that. He was kind of in the middle of a run for potentially running for president. I think it was like shortly after, the Trump assassination attempt thing. So like the candidates had like double security. So there was a lot of Secret Service, like that came in the building, kind of scope things out. I remember when he came on the bus, it was very tight. They had snipers on the roofs, like around us. Whole street was shut down. So I got to experience a little bit of the Secret Service for that. So that was cool.
Yeah,
that was really, really cool.
And has there been any? Is there any like celebrities or athletes that you would like want to be onto the pod to meet them, or have there been any that you have met? Have came on the pod and he's like, yeah, that's like my dream person to meet.
Yeah, my dream guest is, and will forever be until it happens, Larry Fitzgerald. favorite player growing up, all-time favorite player for probably any sport. So, I will be on the bus for that one. I don't sit on the bus often.
I
But
feel like that's
that
an
one,
easy connection with the whole NFL. Why haven't they made that happen yet?
I know. Well, I'm hoping it'll happen soon. I feel the same way. That one feels obtainable, so I'll never lose hope for that one. Uh, and then another one, it's cool to meet everybody who comes in. Um, but Bryce Harper, I'm a huge baseball fan. Probably my favorite sport. Having him on the bus was sick. I did go and sit in on that one. Probably the first time I was set in for an episode since like my first one when I so nervously introduced myself to the Bussin verse. But yeah, I set on for the I set on for the Bryce Harper one, and it was so sick because that's he's a two-time MVP. One of the best baseball players in the last decade and a half or so. So
Yeah.
that one was sick. I love I wish we could get more baseball. It's going to be hard now until after October, but Bryce Harper was my favorite for sure.
That's dope. What about Shane Gillis? I know the new one just came out, right? A new episode of with Shane?
Yeah, pretty recent. Yeah. I was not there. I think he came pretty late in the day. I think I had a prior obligation, but I was not there when he came in. So, but
How many times has he came
that's
on the pod? He's been on a bunch, right?
yeah, I want to say that was his first time since I've been here, so it's maybe been a couple years. At least definitely first time that he came to Nashville.
Yeah.
They might have done remote or like they've hung out with him. They've gone to Notre Dame.
Right.
Were you there
Games
when
with him, so.
Were you there when he was at the Beer Olympics? Were you
No,
at Bussin
he was
yet?
not. I think it was the Beer Olympics the year before I was there.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I've never met him, but that was an exciting one.
The Beer Olympics is
Let's go.
such an event.
It is
Did you have to
the
ref it all
one.
one year?
I didn't have to. I've done. So we did one in 2024, the summer that I was first there. I didn't quite do it last year. Yeah, I didn't really ref. I just kind of kept score for a lot of the events on the whiteboard. It was hot that day too. I wish I could have had a couple beers, but
Yeah.
that was for everybody else.
Having to deal with a drunk like 6-7 offensive line.
Yeah, it's insane what they can put down, man. Insane.
For my last question, very, very important question.
It's about the dog.
I haven't had any closure on this in the past 2 years. When the dog was on the locker room a couple times a few years ago, I spent about a week cooking up a letter for Will Compton, and it was my life's work. I labeled it 4th and 25. I was talking about how I know I don't have a degree or whatnot, but NFL GMs, they chose people that could run faster than you, heart over height. And I ended up sending it to his house, which I know I made a mistake there. I should have sent it to the office instead. That it was a little weird, whatnot. But I have to know, did Will ever receive that letter? Do you know?
I wish I knew so that I could give you closure. I really don't know.
Oh,
I don't know. I wish I knew. I wish I knew yes or no, so I could close this chapter. But I really don't know.
I'm gonna need you to ask him at some
Office
point.
next time, man. Send him to the office.
I have a theory that if he saw that letter, there's no way he would have said no. So in my mind, I'm just saying that he just never saw it.
Probably didn't
Something
see it.
happened. Yeah.
Nate, why
Yeah,
did you send it to his personal address?
I don't know.
How'd you find his personal address?
That's my next question. How the fuck did you find it?
Listen, all right. Things are Googleable nowadays. I wasn't really thinking. I should have sent it to the office. I'm pretty sure Jared told me, he was like, "Damn, you ended up sending it to his house. You should have sent it to the office."
He
So I
did.
know
He
I
did
messed up
move.
there for sure.
He did move. So next time, office.
Yeah, you got to ask him. I'm convinced he never got it.
Did you keep a? Do you have do you still have it typed out?
I probably
on
do
your-
somewhere in my
Here you
Word
go.
notes.
You might just have to
Recent.
It's like that DM that you sent to Shorty that it didn't go through the first one, so now you gotta send the second one.
You just never know.
Yeah. I'm gonna need some closure on that. I've been battling it for 2 years now.
I wish I could help. I really do.
So do y'all have any big plans coming up that I don't know, nothing to like spoil or anything like that, but do y'all have like any big events?
Yeah, I think we're still getting the fall tour dates and games locked down. So I don't have too much there, but we have something that's fun for us at least, and I think it's a fun like little Father's Day watch is the Dad Combine. We did it last year.
Yeah, a couple of those,
had all of our dads in. This year we got a few more guys more established, so their dads are going to come down. So that I'm really looking forward to that. Hopefully me and Bobby, that's my dad, can pull out the win this time. But that's something that's really fun, and that's some of the more fun content I think that we do is stuff like that. So that's coming up this summer.
Y'all just did spring tour. Where'd y'all go for that again?
Just wrapped up. So Texas Tech was a stop, Notre Dame was a stop, and Miami, Florida.
Ooh.
I'm trying to think if there's any more. I think those might have been the three, which I didn't go to any of those. But if y'all haven't watched it yet, the vlogs are super sick. All those programs are.
I watched the
pretty cool.
I watched the Notre Dame Will Compton speech, and it got me fired up. I was like, dude, that dude Will can tell me anything, and I can be ready to go run through a brick wall.
He was born to be a
He's
football
good.
coach.
Dude, yeah.
He's good for a speech.
Yeah, he is.
And it's funny about like the whole, like, because I'm a big fan of Barstool. It's like Bussin is the main reason why I even got into Barstool, because like of watching the pod and being like, who are these dudes?
Yeah.
And then it opened the door to the Barstool world. And, dude, yeah, just Will.
I didn't know Bussin was its own thing until I got there. Because like I thought I was, Bussin's cool. I thought it was a part of Barstool, but we're separate, and now we're, free from them onto FanDuel. I thought the same thing. I was like Barstool, Bussin. I thought that was.
Yeah. What was I about to say, dude? Oh, the Dawg House.
Oh, facts. We did.
Dawg House. So we got a little segment here. Wrap it up here with the.
Let's go.
The Dawg House. So this is
actually the name came from Bussin' with the Boys.
This entire podcast probably does not happen
if y'all don't choose me.
If y'all don't, if Bussin' with the Boys doesn't happen, and if Nate Dogg does not get as a fan calling, and what was your reasoning for
Collins were electric?
Yeah, like why did you just randomly do that one?
I mean, I was just a Bussin' with the Boys fans. The fan call-ins, they were a little boring up into that point, I'll be honest. And I was just like,
you brought the juice.
I can make a good one. I can bring the juice. That's just what I did.
And you were on there, what, 3 times?
I was on there 3 times.
3 times?
with the helmet on?
Yeah. I think there was one time Sherm called me on a live stream one time. He was like calling fans or something like that, and I talked to him.
Yeah, I used to be tapped into the live streams. But yeah, this is the Dawg House because of the dog. So, shout out the boys for real. But the Dawg House is just something, it can be like a pet peeve, or something that's happened recently where it's like that's in my dog house right now, like that's pissing me off.
Yeah.
And so do you want to go ahead and you want to start yours?
I can kick it off. Mine, I'm gonna go with people that walk up to you and ask for gas money at gas stations, and then they get like mad at you whenever you say no, because it's like, you're asking me for free money right now, and then you're going to like get mad at me. Those people always annoy me, always get on my nerves. They're low-key getting ridiculous. Like, people just, you might run into 2 or 3 at one gas station. Yeah. So that's in my Dawg House recently.
That's funny that you said that, because recently happened, a girl asked me for money, and I pulled out my wallet and I had a couple like I think I gave her like $3, and I think she saw my like $20 bill. She was like, "What about that 20?" I was like, "Whoa!"
The beggars gonna be choosers.
Choosers now. Like, hey, just be grateful for this.
Yeah, shoot or shoot though.
Yeah, that's mine.
Okay, that's a good Dawg House. Coop, do you have one? You want to go?
I mean, I have several. And I'm sure I've said this one. I don't know why this one's so personal to me. This is something I probably need to let go because I know I've said it in the past somewhere else. I'm sure I think this is universal. I don't think this is only Nashville. I have a lot of gripes about Nashville drivers, but when I pull up to the stop sign and I'm either so clearly before you or after you, and you don't know what to do, and you're like kind of doing that whole
Hesitating.
I don't know what's going on thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just like I don't know why it drives me nuts, and it's so inconsequential. It's probably like I need to look inward, but that's in my doghouse. Is people need to learn how to do stop signs.
I like that
Need to
one.
learn the 4-way. What is it? The
Four-way stop.
Four-way stop. Yeah.
yeah.
I usually big bro them and always give them the arm. Just let them go ahead.
But that's another one of the problems. Like like you give them some grace, like go, and then they just don't react.
You'll give them the wave to go, and they'll hit you back with the wave to go, and it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah, like I wave first.
Tag. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that. I like that one.
That's a good one.
Mine, God, I think we're all staying in the realms of like cars, because mine's gonna be drivers that can't make up their mind either to speed or drive really, really slow instead of just going with the pace of traffic. It's like we're all going to the same place. People that speed, we're all going to the same place. Why you gotta fly by me going 90 miles an hour? And then the people that are slow, why are we going 45 on a 60, 70 mile
Putting everybody else at risk.
Meet me somewhere in the middle.
Facts. People cannot drive
I'm with you.
nowadays.
I'm with you. Y'all don't even get me started on. I got bad road rage, I think.
I think we all
We all three.
Yeah, maybe so. You're like, what's your doghouse? I could like go on and on and on and on and on about driving.
Just driving in general is in the dog.
Yeah.
Well, that was great. That's pretty much it, Coop. We appreciate you coming on.
Appreciate you very much.
I appreciate y'all having me on, man.
This is a very second guest.
Second ever interview.
First
go.
over Zoom. So this was
Oh, really? Let's go.
yeah. So this
We're
was
not even on Zoom.
or not Zoom. First like
Zoom-ish.
Yeah, tech
Yeah.
related interview.
Still figuring it out, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, this history for me too. This is the first podcast I've been on besides like anything Bussin related.
Yeah.
Really?
Well,
I think
and
ever.
so
Yeah.
You guys have your own. It's the back of the bus pod, right?
Yeah, the inside the bus. We were back of the bus. We got C&D'd. So there's another podcast called Back of the Bus, I think, in Columbus, Ohio. So we changed early on. Yeah.
Do y'all still record weekly, or
Yeah. I think
we'll plug it up?
episode
We'll plug
40,
it right in.
48.
Gotcha.
We don't got to plug it, but yeah, we're still going strong. So
No, we'll make sure we plug that. We'll plug all Cooper
Coop,
Comstock
yeah, give them a
socials.
follow, all the socials. We'll put some photos and some
appreciate you
graphics.
guys.
And
This is a real one.
it's
Hell
a
yeah.
a
Hell
real
yeah.
one. And it's just crazy that we've been texting for probably 2+ years, and this is the first time we're actually like.
I know. I'm sorry for the delay. I'm happy to be on. I'm glad it happened. I'm glad we made it happen.
Yeah, me too, bro. This is we really appreciate it, and hopefully, maybe we can have you on for
Back on. Tell me
on
about
part
Will's letter.
2. Yeah,
Hey, maybe I'll be the first ever recurring guest.
Nah, there we
there
go.
we
It
go.
could
There
happen.
we go.
There
Love
we
it.
go.
Well, y'all make sure to tune in to Coop and Bussin' with the Boys. We appreciate you for coming on. And do you want to sign us off? I can tell you what to say and everything.
Yeah, tell me what to say. What episode is this?
This is episode 29.
Is it 29?
It is. Yeah, I did the research today. Yeah.
Episode 29. And all you're gonna say is this is any given weekend. So let's have a weekend.
Episode 29. Can I go?
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Episode 29, Any Given Weekend. Let's have a weekend.
There we go.
I did that right? Yeah, let's go.